Imagine a life where you're free from the need for validation, unbothered by the opinions of others, and calm in the face of chaos. Imagine finding strength in letting go. This is the essence of Stoicism, an ancient philosophy with timeless wisdom on how to navigate life with resilience and peace. Today, we'll explore 7 Stoic principles that will help you master the art of not caring, of releasing what weighs you down, and finding inner freedom. If you're ready to break free from the chains of worry and embrace true peace, let's dive in. Principle 1, focus on what you can control. Our first principle is focusing on what you can control. This may sound simple, but it's one of the most challenging and liberating lessons in Stoic philosophy. The Stoics believe that life is divided into 2 parts, things we can control and things we cannot. Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Imagine this. You're stuck in traffic, and the frustration builds up as you worry about being late. The traffic itself is outside your control, but your response to it isn't. You can take a deep breath, turn on some music or a podcast, and use that time wisely. This principle teaches us to redirect our energy. By letting go of things beyond our control, we free up mental space for things we can influence, like our actions, reactions, and attitude. Start asking yourself whenever stress hits, is this within my control? If the answer is no, try to release it. Principle 2, embrace impermanence. The second principle is embracing impermanence. Stoicism teaches that everything is temporary, our emotions, our possessions, and even our relationships. As Epictetus advised, we should treat everything we have as if it's on loan. This doesn't mean we don't cherish things. Rather, it helps us appreciate them without clinging. Think of a beautiful sunset. We enjoy it because we know it won't last forever. The same goes for all of life's experiences. When we see our moments as fleeting, we're reminded to make the most of them without fearing their end. In practical terms, whenever you feel anxious about losing something, whether it's a job, a relationship, or even a personal achievement, remind yourself of its impermanent nature. Let that perspective give you freedom rather than fear. Principle 3, practice negative visualization. Principle 3 is negative visualization. This is a unique Stoic exercise where we imagine potential losses or challenges. At first, it sounds a little strange. Why would we want to think about negative things? But negative visualization actually helps us prepare emotionally for adversity. For example, imagine you're working hard on a project at work. Practicing negative visualization might mean thinking, what if this project fails? What if my efforts aren't recognized? By acknowledging the possibility, we're not giving up. Instead, we're reducing the fear of disappointment. Seneca, another Stoic philosopher, said, "The whole future lies in uncertainty. Live immediately." This exercise teaches us that we can face difficult outcomes with calm. Instead of being devastated when things don't go as planned, we accept setbacks with resilience, ready to keep moving forward. Principle 4, accept fate, amor fati. The fourth principle is amor fati, Latin for love of fate. This idea is about embracing everything that happens, both good and bad, as necessary parts of life. Rather than resisting or complaining, we accept events as part of our journey. Imagine you miss an important opportunity or face a sudden loss. Instead of asking, "Why did this happen to me?" Amor fati encourages us to think, how can I make the most of this? Nietzsche famously interpreted amor fati as loving one's fate entirely, not just accepting it, but embracing it with open arms. This mindset transforms challenges into lessons and obstacles into stepping stones. Next time life throws you a curveball, practice amor fati by asking, what can I learn from this? How can this serve me? When we see all events as part of our growth, we let go of resentment and find purpose. Practice detachment from outcomes. Fifth is practicing detachment from outcomes. Stoicism encourages us to focus on doing our best without obsessing over results. Why? Because we often don't control the final outcome, only the effort we put into it. Let's say you're preparing for an interview. You can practice, research, and prepare yourself, but ultimately, whether you get the job is out of your hands. This principle doesn't mean giving up. It means detaching from the need for specific results. Epictetus said, "Seek to have events happen as you want them to, but instead want them to happen as they do." By focusing on our actions rather than outcomes, we find peace in the process and are more resilient when things don't go as expected. Start by putting your best effort into things without demanding perfection or ideal results. Principle 6, seek internal validation. Next is seeking validation from within. In a world that constantly pushes us to compare ourselves, Stoicism teaches us to look within. The Stoics believe that we compromise our integrity when we depend on others' opinions for happiness. Ask yourself, how often do you let others' opinions affect your decisions? By prioritizing self-approval over external validation, we're less swayed by judgment and more grounded in our values. Epictetus advised, if you are ever tempted to look for outside approval, realize that you have compromised your integrity. Letting go of others' expectations frees us to live authentically. It's about trusting yourself and being enough as you are, regardless of others' opinions. Principle 7, memento mori, remember that you will die. Our final principle, memento mori, means remember that you will die. This Stoic reminder isn't meant to be morbid. Instead, it's a call to cherish life. When we accept our mortality, we stop getting caught up in trivial worries and focus on what truly matters. The Stoics believe that by remembering our time is limited, we're inspired to live more fully. Imagine how differently we'd approach life if we recognize that our days are finite. Instead of stressing over small inconveniences or meaningless arguments, we'd prioritize love, purpose, and connection. This principle reminds us that every day is a gift, and we shouldn't waste it on things that don't matter. Let memento mori guide you toward living fully, letting go of trivial concerns and focusing on what makes life meaningful. So there you have it, 7 Stoic principles to master the art of not caring and letting go. Stoicism isn't about disengaging from life, it's about engaging with it fully, focusing on what you can control, and freeing yourself from the anxieties that often hold us back. If these principles resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video with others who might benefit. Thank you for watching, and until next time, stay mindful and stay resilient.